to the algorithms, but actually no, hi to you, hi to all the beautiful human beings, all of you beautiful human beings who are showing up with this new energy and this time, which is today, and there is no joke about it. Hi there, this is your rise time. So, Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I am always praying for something to come through that is sacred and sovereign and useful for you. My name is Jai Shri Dow-Spielman. I am the creator of the Soul Culture Yoga School, the Soul Mapping Matrix online digital platform and academy. I'm an educator, spiritual ascension coach, a healer, a mom, and author. And I've been doing it for quite a while. So I am showing up with you to rise and connect in this new earth timeline. And by new earth, I mean the same Mother Boomy, awesome planet Earth that has been here for eons and eons. And for all of us that are connecting to our divinity, how are you doing it? How are you connecting to that sacred sovereign you? How are you connecting to yourself in this time, place, and circumstance that is so incredibly fraught with chaos and destruction and confusion? This is Kali Yuga. My goal is to show up and mirror the collective through an individual experience, which we all do with each other every time we show up. And so this is an exciting time because I am sharing my book, Discover Your Bliss. If you want to learn more about me, go to jaishriyoga.com, by the way. It's very easy. Just type it in, just like my name is spelled, jaishriyoga.com. And there are many free resources on my website. I am always happy to offer those yogic values and principles that I use in my own life and that I help my sacred community use. But the point of today is just you and me and connecting. I actually saw a very funny reel, and it was, a woman, and she was just talking about the flow, Haribol. So she said, I want to come to this flow thing. I'm not sure what time the event starts, but what do I wear to flow? Is there parking for flow? Do I need to sign any waivers for flow? I just made that up because, I'm a yoga teacher and we all have to sign waivers. But it was hilarious because it's like everything in this world, making fun of this idea of flow. And yet flow is the absolute end result of what we also talk about, which is manifestation. Now, I always pray to my guru and to my Guru Vargya to have something of value to share. And that is me being under the shelter of Vedanta. So there is nothing I am making up. I am only, the conduit, the parrot, and the channel to guide others on their sacred journey. And I've been doing that for quite a long time. But it is my guru and my teacher's teacher and the devotees of them that I honor because they show up and they share the teachings, and that is all that I wish to do. So when we're here together in this hilarious timeline and we're seeing all this ridiculous, perverted ways and reflections of the ancient ways, which are very grounded and rooted not only in earth and sustainability and living well and being kind and being peaceful, but the spiritual values, right, of up-leveling each other in our consciousness. And so flow is apparently a buzzword now, but flow actually is the state of mind where your words and your actions and your internal self matches this external way of being. And for me, that's soul mapping. So that results in seeing miracles manifest every day in my life, like over and over and over again. And you're out of flow when your inner life is so rapidly declining and progressively depressed, when we're saying awful things to ourselves over and over again, when we have no boundaries and yet no spiritual ideals to look up to. And that is exactly what's missing in life. So, it's a both and world. It is both that we have come to live on the planet right now and to be part of this experience. And, I'd like to ask you, like, why are you, for those of us joining, why are you here? What is the sacred value you are here to give? Which is not an easy question. But there is a sacred truth in all of us that we have shown up to serve something. We have shown up perhaps to serve someone or many people or a teaching. We have shown up to reach in and truly take out and utilize our sacred gifts, which usually don't show up from one lifetime. I mean, they manifest, hopefully, if you have the right guides and you have the right teachers and you have the right texts and you have the right association. But honestly, it's pretty hard to find flow in this world. So how do you find flow? What is your purpose and how do you find flow? That's my main gig. It's helping my beloveds, which is you, which is my community, which is my students, and my friends and my family, by mirroring that essential teaching that the internal can match our external deeds and actions. Our internal life will also match what's going on in the world. And there's a hard stop right now. It's constant. We're being bombarded. We are being undervalued, we are being confused, and we're being locked down over and over and over again. The past experience of today, meaning in this timeline, is also the past experience of many timelines before. And we will always be bombarded and barricaded from experiencing our truth as powerful. And by powerful, I mean devotional. Because this is truly the secret, and this is a part of it and the teachings and the blessing of soul mapping as well as Vedanta. And it's the, kind of the why behind the how to soul mapping, because it's a very big, beautiful, sacred process that I love teaching through the Soul Culture Yoga School or through the Matrix, through the Academy and the mentorship, is that our why is always going to be attached to our absolute faith. And this faith is a currency. It's like a bank account. Our faith is a currency. We have to stock up on our process. We have to stock up on our tools, on our medicine, on our relationships. We have to stock up on our, you could call it like money, but it's really the currency of that faith that keeps us strong. And then we have to have the vision and the moving forward and make the better choices. We call that, currency of vision is like, wow, how am I going to get up every day and have a new dream, or at least follow the dream that I knew from my faith was the right one? And then, of course, integrity is everything. And that currency of integrity leads us into making these amazing choices. And those choices are what make up the manifested reality of our life. Now that's the first level, really, of the soul mapping matrix. And I'm able to luckily break that down into a course that I'm going to be announcing really soon, that I'm going to give a lot of videos in and audio meditations, and a beautiful workbook. And that's going to be coming very soon. But the first way you can connect to that is by going to my website and downloading Discover Your Bliss for free. Just amazing. Apparently a great book that many thousands of folks have downloaded over the years, where I share a lot deeper into my journey of awakening and finding the process of manifestation. And the process of manifestation does have to do so much with discovering our bliss and what that really means, and then having a repeatable, relatable, reliable practice to do over and over and over again. So back to this lady who was talking about flow. I love what everyone's doing when they're putting something out, by the way. It's hilarious and it's amazing. And of course, it's our culture. But we definitely want to keep cultivating a culture of flow, which is to say a culture of intentionality, and a culture of beauty, auspiciousness, power, and that's a very scary word, but you know, and chastity even, which is a very scary word. It's like, what do you mean chastity? Well, I mean like firm, fixed, faith and spiritual practice, and kindness, and like they say kindness, they say cleanliness is next to godliness. Like there's a reason they say that, because when we cleanse our body and we cleanse our mind, then we're going to be able to have the environment cleansed, and that way we won't be so bombarded with the atrocities of the energies of the mind, of this Kali Yuga, of all the pain and suffering. And that's not because we're ignoring it. That's because we're cleansing our internal pastimes, our internal landscape, our relationship to the divine and to the values and principles of the divine. So notice I'm not talking about religion, and I'm not talking about a specific religion, because when I say Veda, I'm simply talking all the wisdom of the world is found in all of Veda. So there's a ton of religions we could talk about. And there are many aspects to spiritual practice. And whatever your spiritual practice is, your daily rituals, they come from those intentions, clarity, choices. I call it awareness, shifting to core desire, and making good choices. But you could call it whatever the process actually works. Then you have to keep working your tools, keep working your meditation, keep working it into a daily ritual. And then above that, of course, as my beloveds know, we are always, always in that higher realm of radiating abundance, positivity, manifesting what is. That doesn't mean life isn't hard. That doesn't mean there's not pain and suffering. That will always show up. Pain will always show up. I know, because I was born with it. And it's so deep and karmic, and it comes from so many layers that you could spend a whole lifetime trying to understand that one pain, or you can up level. You can just go right into the space where you're directly dealing with your desire. The soul is made of desire. The jiva is made. Jivara Sarup is made of desire. And most of us desire to what? To serve. When we want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? So I love asking in the comments, what you're seeking, what your highest desire is, how you are up-leveling in this life. And I also love working with those who are truly holding the seed essence of lineage, those who want lineage, those who want the real stuff, because that reel I was talking about where she's making fun of flow, it's hilarious and it's fluff, right? Because it's just making us laugh at our anarthas, our unwanted tendencies. It's making us laugh at ourselves. I love laughing at myself, and I'm ridiculous. I also wish to attain my eternal relationship so that I'm situated in a way in this world where I'm not completely bombarded constantly by extra pain, because I already have my own. Got my own pain, you got your own. So my goal is to support people in up-leveling out of their lower base, painful tendencies that are not even our fault necessarily, although it's karmic, but that are coming in through the ethers. It's very thin, it's very available, and it's happening. And that way we can make these sacred sovereign choices from an empowered place, and also seek to be empowered, right? Seek to be empowered. Don't you wish to feel powerful? Don't you want to feel your essential nature that is made part and parcel of the highest Shakti there is? Shakti meaning potency. That doesn't even touch religion. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be any kind of specific spiritual person. That is all programming. What is true is that your essential nature as a soul is made of the desire to serve. And so how do you do that? Because not all of us are born into that kind of family. Not all of us have that kind of association. Now in the world, people, were told to stay in their homes and not go out and associate, which really caused an indelible psychological scar on us as society. But that scar is really a wound that if we open up and work with right now, we're going to be able to heal. And then it doesn't just become an open wound in society, but it becomes a healed wound with a scar that we can teach our children and our children's children how to deal with. You can hear my kid in the background, my powerhouse Narayani. And when we teach others, then you are not only embodying that sacred wisdom, but you're living it. And then everything is manifesting quite beautifully. And the flow is there. Flow is no joke, right? Everyone talks about it. So I have been showing up and will continue to on these lives on Tuesday, as long as you keep showing up and letting me know what you want to talk about. Here at our home in the Lower Catskills of New York, we are using this sanctuary mission space, Narayani Bhavan space, we call it, the House of Narayani, to lead sacred retreats along with our beloveds at Bhaktabandhav. And we're bringing people to the waterfalls and our whole fairy forest in the backyard. And we're eating amazing vegetarian prasadam, which is food prepared for the divine Sri Radha and Krishna, as well as all of the beautiful avatars that come to support us in the name of divinity, in the name of auspiciousness, love, beauty, wholeness. All of these beautiful energies that are here are waiting also for you. And if you can join me for these lives, that's amazing. If you want to come and dedicate yourself to a yoga practice, we'll be having another round of the Soul Culture Yoga School certification and then these retreats. But I'm really excited for you to go right now and sign up for Discover Your Bliss. It is my first book. It is free. When you sign up, you're going to receive some information that you're going to love. And you're going to be able to join one of our very private, epic Facebook groups, as well as, well, I'm not going to tell you everything right now. You have to show up to find out. I love you very much. I hope you're finding the flow in your own day. I hope you realize your magnificence. I hope you remember that all the pain and suffering of your own world, but also the world, is here to make us be together and work together to find solutions. And solutions have systems, and systems go back to what works. Find what works for you. Find a guide. Awaken into your most powerful self and see that manifestation flow. It's real. I love you very much. Thank you for joining me. Again, go to jayshriyoga.com and visit so that you can download Discover Your Bliss and enjoy it. Peace to everyone. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Vanchakalpatarubhyas Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. More to come.